Let me tell you something most people don't want to hear. The grind that changes your life is the grind nobody applauds. There are no cameras on you when you're up at 4 a.m. There's no crowd when you're reading, studying, training, building, failing, and starting again. That's why most people quit, because the work is invisible before it's valuable. But if you want to shine later, you've got to be willing to grind now when nobody cares. The invisible grind is where character is formed. It's where discipline is built. It's where you prove to yourself, not the world, that you're serious. Anybody can work hard when there's praise attached. Anybody can show up when there's attention. But can you stay consistent when there's silence? Can you push when there's no validation? That's the difference between people who talk about success and people who actually achieve it. Grinding now means choosing progress over popularity. It means saying no to distractions even when everyone else is having fun. It means sacrificing comfort so your future can breathe. While others are scrolling, you're sharpening your skill. While others are complaining, you're correcting your weaknesses. While others are waiting for motivation, you're moving on discipline. You don't need motivation when your purpose is clear. See, the invisible grind teaches you patience. It humbles you, it breaks your ego, and rebuilds you with substance. You stop chasing quick wins and start respecting long-term growth. You realize that overnight success is a lie sold to impatient people. Real success is slow, heavy, and demanding. It asks for everything, your time, your energy, your excuses, and it gives nothing back at first. That's the test. Most people want proof before they put in effort. Winners put in effort before there's proof. They trust the process. They understand that seeds grow underground before they ever break the surface. No one celebrates the seed, but everyone admires the tree. What people call luck later is just years of unseen labor stacked on top of each other. The invisible grind also builds mental toughness. When nobody is watching, quitting is easy. There's no pressure to continue, no one to disappoint. But every time you keep going, you train your mind to finish what you start. You build self-respect. And once you respect yourself, you move differently. You stop negotiating with weakness. You stop making excuses for inconsistency. You become dependable to yourself first. Let this sink in. The shine later will expose who you really are. If you skip the grind, the spotlight will break you. But if you've put in the work when no one was watching, pressure won't scare you. It'll feel familiar, because you've already survived harder moments in silence. So don't rush the grind, don't hate the grind. Embrace it. Fall in love with the nights that no one sees. Fall in love with the process that nobody understands. Because one day, when the world finally notices, they'll call you an overnight success, and you'll smile because you know the truth. You didn't get lucky, you got disciplined. Grind now, shine later. That's not a slogan, that's a lifestyle. Oncoming fire, most people don't fail because they're untalented. They fail because they're impatient. They want the reward without the resistance, the shine without the sacrifice, the victory without the discipline. But hear me clearly. If you can't delay gratification, you will never dominate anything in life. Grinding now means you're willing to wait for what you deserve instead of settling for what's easy. Delayed gratification is saying no today so you can say yes for the rest of your life. It's choosing early mornings over late nights, focus over fun, growth over comfort. It's walking away from short-term pleasure because you're committed to long-term power. Anybody can chase instant happiness, but it takes a different level of maturity to chase purpose. And purpose always pays later. When you grind now, there will be moments when it feels unfair. You're working hard, but the results aren't showing. You're disciplined, but the money isn't there yet. You're consistent, but nobody notices. This is where most people fold. They start asking, what's the point? The point is this. Dominance is built when you keep showing up even when the scoreboard says you're losing. Delayed gratification trains your mind to play the long game. You stop making decisions based on emotions and start making them based on outcomes. You stop reacting and start planning. You realize that real success isn't about speed, it's about sustainability. Fast success fades fast, but when you earn it slowly, you learn how to keep it. Let me say this straight, comfort is expensive. It costs you your future. Every time you choose comfort over commitment, you push your shine further away. Every time you give in to distractions, you delay your destiny. Grinding now means being willing to be uncomfortable on purpose. It means doing what needs to be done, not what feels good. Dominant people understand this principle early. They don't need immediate applause. They don't need instant validation. Their confidence comes from discipline, not from likes or opinions. They know that every sacrifice is a deposit, and one day those deposits will compound into something undeniable. Delayed gratification also builds trust in yourself. When you keep promises to your future self, your confidence grows. You start believing in your ability to endure, and once you know you can endure, quitting stops being an option. You become dangerous not to others, but to your old limits. Here's the truth nobody posts online. The grind phase is boring. It's repetitive, it's lonely, there are no highlights, no dramatic moments, just consistent effort. But boredom is a small price to pay for freedom. Repetition is the tax you pay for mastery, and loneliness is temporary when you're building something that will attract the right people later. The shine doesn't belong to the impatient. It belongs to those who are willing to wait, work, and stay focused when nothing was guaranteed. Delayed gratification isn't weakness, it's strategic strength. It's proof that you're in control of your impulses and committed to your future. So if you're grinding right now and wondering when your time will come, don't rush it. Stay disciplined. Stay locked in, because when the shine finally hits, it won't just look good, it'll last. Grind now. Shine later. Dominance demands patience. Oncoming. Fire, let's be honest, if you're grinding the right way, it's going to hurt. Your body will be tired. Your mind will be tested. Your confidence will get shaken, and that pain, that discomfort, that's not a sign to stop. That's proof you're growing. People who avoid pain stay the same. People who embrace it evolve. Most people quit when it gets hard because they think something is wrong. They assume struggle means failure. But struggle is the tuition you pay for success. Nothing valuable comes without resistance. Muscles don't grow without tearing. Minds don't sharpen without pressure. Character doesn't form without adversity. If you're uncomfortable, congratulations, you're in the right place. Grinding now means you accept pain as part of the process. You don't complain about it. You don't run from it. You learn from it. Every setback is a lesson. Every failure is feedback. Every loss is sharpening you for the next level. Pain exposes your weaknesses so you can work on them. It shows you where you're undisciplined, unfocused, or inconsistent. And if you're honest enough to listen, pain will make you better. Here's the difference between average and elite people. Average people want life to be easier. Elite people want to be stronger. They don't pray for less pressure, they train for more capacity. They understand that pressure creates diamonds. So instead of asking, why is this happening to me? They ask, what is this teaching me? That mindset shift changes everything. Pain also builds mental toughness. When you keep going despite exhaustion, despite doubt, despite fear, you build a mind that doesn't break easily. You prove to yourself that you can endure more than you thought, and once you know you can endure, fear loses its power over you. You stop running from challenges and start walking toward them. Let me tell you something important. Motivation won't carry you through pain. Discipline will. There will be days you don't feel inspired, days you want to quit, days when the grind feels pointless. That's when discipline steps in and says, we're doing this anyway. Grinding now means showing up even when every part of you wants to sit down. That's where real growth happens. Pain also humbles you. It strips away ego and exposes reality. It reminds you that you're not entitled to success. You have to earn it. That humility keeps you hungry. It keeps you focused. It keeps you working even when you make progress. Because pain teaches you that nothing is permanent, not failure and not success. And here's the part most people don't realize. The pain you avoid today becomes the pain you live with tomorrow. The pain of discipline hurts now, but the pain of regret hurts forever. Choose your pain wisely. Grinding now means choosing short-term suffering to avoid long-term disappointment. One day, when the shine finally comes, people will see the confidence, the strength, the consistency, and they'll think it's natural. They won't see the nights you wanted to quit. They won't feel the pressure you carried in silence, but you will remember. And that memory will keep you grounded. Pain didn't break you, it built you. Grind now, shine later. Growth demands discomfort, oncoming. Fire, let's get one thing straight. If your only goal is to shine, you won't last. This spotlight is not strong enough to hold you up when life hits back. Grinding now isn't about chasing applause, fame, or attention. It's about becoming the kind of person who can handle success without losing themselves. The shine is not the mission, the work is. Too many people want to look successful without becoming successful. They want the image, not the identity, but shine without substance is fragile. The moment pressure comes, it cracks. That's why grinding now has to be about character, discipline, and consistency, not validation. When you focus on who you're becoming, the results will eventually follow. Grinding now means you show up even when no one is watching, not because you expect recognition, but because excellence is your standard. You don't need a crowd to perform. You don't need praise to stay committed. Your motivation comes from within, from knowing you're honoring your potential. That kind of drive doesn't fade when attention disappears. The shine later is simply a reflection of the habits you built in the dark. If you were lazy in private, success will expose it. But if you were disciplined in silence, the spotlight will reveal strength, not weakness. That's why the grind phase matters so much. It shapes how you think, how you respond to pressure, and how you handle responsibility. When people chase shine as the goal, they cut corners, they rush the process, they fake consistency, and eventually it shows. But when you chase mastery, growth, and impact, you don't need shortcuts. You trust the process because you know the work is changing you, even when results are slow. Here's the truth, the shine doesn't make you better. It reveals who you already are. If you're insecure, success will amplify it. If you're disciplined, success will expand it. If you're humble, success will elevate it. That's why grinding now must be about inner development, not outer rewards. Grinding now also keeps you grounded. You remember where you started. You remember the struggle, the doubt, the sacrifice. That memory protects you from arrogance. It keeps you hungry. It keeps you focused on progress, not praise. You don't chase attention. You attract it by staying consistent. Another thing most people miss. Shine fades if it's not supported by purpose. Money can disappear. Popularity can drop. Titles can be taken away, but the skills, mindset, and discipline you built during the grind, those stay. That's real security. That's real confidence. That's why the grind is more valuable than the reward. When the shine finally comes, it shouldn't change your work ethic. It should reinforce it. You keep grinding because that's who you are now. You don't stop growing because you've reached a milestone. You raise the standard. You understand that success is not a destination. It's a responsibility. So don't rush to shine. Don't measure your worth by recognition. Measure it by your commitment to growth. Focus on the work. Focus on the habits. Focus on becoming unstoppable when nobody's watching. If you grind for the right reasons, the shine will come naturally. And when it does, it won't control you. Grind now, shine later, let the work speak, oncoming, fire.